Like one side starts doing it, and then another side starts doing it, and then it's like, well, now they're doing this too. We must think outside the box to one up them.
Well, that's kind of what makes it fun. Well, if it's within limits, obviously. Like practicing FTE running, it's one up.
It happened, Sirken. It happened.
Hold on one second. I'm describing one of your voices as sounding like a serial killer. Just so you know. And I just had to double check to make sure I was sending these to the right person and not one of you guys. Is in a... Okay, so... is that the end of your thoughts on that?
On the BDA?
I guess. I don't know. I felt like we moved off of that onto like a side tangent. Or we started
I think Perpetual Velius is also a reason.
You think what about Velius?
Why do people think Perpetual Velius is a thing?
Perpetual Velius. It is.
Why do you assume that? Why do you assume that you're just never going to see anything after Velius? All we've ever said is we're not doing Lucklin. And people take that as you're never going to see different or new, or you're never going to see content after Stormbright Mountains is added.
The question is, why did they put up for Canark for 4 years to only last a couple months in Velius?
They had that, dangling carrot of Velius. It's not there anymore.
Because they realized that it was never going to be shared, I guess.
Velius saves everything. Velius fixed everything, remember?
Yeah.
Lulsec, it is Lucklin, and I have no information on Discord. There's absolutely no point in asking questions about Discord. There's no new info. If there was new info, I promise I would say it. I would post it. Rogan would post it. We'd get up on our boxes with our megaphones and we'd shout it from the heavens. There's just nothing. Guys, I'm sorry. I got distracted by Lulsec. I need a reminder on literally what we were just talking about. Oh, we were talking about Velius and stuff. Here's the thing. I know we were in Kunar for a super long time. But when Velius came out, there's lots of guilds who didn't have, or rather, there's still lots of guilds that need Kunar content. There's lots of guilds that aren't your two guilds that, for example, need warrior epics very badly. I know one guild in particular, at one point, I don't know if it's still as bad, but at one point they had like a year wait ETA on warrior epics because they rarely got Sev and they rarely got green scales when they did get him. I know other than your two guilds and BDA, really nobody has spent good time in Vishan's Peak. Why aren't these guilds going after that?
I heard recently that one of the sets of guilds, I believe it was CSG, I could be wrong, was working to key up and that they were going to make an attempt. But I believe that's still a month out.
I know one casual guild got Trachanon either today or last night, whenever he last spawned, and he dropped 3 teeth for them, and they said that they were actually maybe thinking about doing it. I don't know. I feel like there's so much content still in Kunar for so many guilds that there's only 2 guilds on this entire server that have any ground to stand on to bitch about there not being enough content. And spoiler alert, it's your guys' guilds. I mean, yes, Velius is, if they just want Velius, that sucks. Because A, there's a lot of stuff they haven't done yet, and B, it's still the same. I mean, I don't know why they thought it would be a different problem with Velius. The problem with Kunark was that the top guilds killed the top content. Why did they not expect the top guilds to kill the top content in Velius?
I think they expected it wouldn't all get locked down. Like,
But I mean,
there
like,
would be more
right
options.
out the gates, if any of them were here for Luckland, or I'm sorry, Luckland, Jesus Christ, for Kunark release, I mean, people went hard in the paint on goddamn Circlet of Shadow Camp. There were guilds talking about locking that down till Velius. Obviously, that didn't happen, but my point is, people go real hard in the paint on new content. Like, expecting to see Velius stuff within the first, I don't know, 6 to 8 months is kind of insane unless you're actually willing to make an effort, in my opinion. Your guys' top crazy guilds have been salivating at the mouth for Velius for years. Like, I don't think they would just, your guilds would just get a couple kills and then all of a sudden be like, okay, we're good. We're done with Velius. You guys have a blast. Has it been a year? It hasn't been a year, Man of War. Velius came out in August. It was supposed to come out in June, but then we made we had that super awesome agreement with Daybreak in which we as a sign of awesomeness rescheduled our release until August. So it hasn't been a year. Oh, Jesus. I feel like Breakin' and Detox are dealing with a thing right now that happened. Landris!
Yes, I am. I apologize.
No, you guys are fine. I know what you guys are dealing with. You know what? I might actually go there. Landris!
Yo.
Me and you are going to have to make some words, because I'll tell you a story. A thing just popped, and they're dealing with it.
Oh, okay, I got you.
So, me and you are just going to have to carry the show for a little bit. Did you play, and can you tell us, or do you feel comfortable? Again, you can lie if you want to. You can just make up a person and pretend that's who you were. But, did you play in a raid, like a more serious raiding guild, or a more casual guild when you were a player?
I was part of a raiding guild, yes.
What did you think of it? Like, as someone who was in Kunark for a while, had Velius on the horizon, Velius comes out. What's your opinion? You were a player at one point, and now you're a staff member, so you've got kind of two perspectives that most people don't have, as most people are only players.
The tracking is terrible.
The tracking
But-
is terrible.
It's part of the game, part of this game.
Did you raid online?
No,
No.
did not.
Alright, well that's not going to be very helpful.
Officer, somebody loot that soul leech.
You are talking to me.
Joe, you need true spirit?
Hey, Breakin'.
Somebody do it. What's up?
I can hear you.
You can hear me?
Yes. So I don't
That's
know
weird.
if you're team speak. Which is why I mentioned it. For some reason, oh there we go, now it's on. Now I can fly. I see Draco's already dead. Oh, looks like Awaken killed Draco. Good job, Awaken.
Thank you.
You're gonna have to answer for that later, Detox. Go to this. Why are things not doing what I want them to? Am I like super lagging right now? How's fear for you guys?
25 ms.
Interesting.
It's your keyboard.
No,
It's lagging you.
my keyboard would never do that. Would never do that. My keyboard loves me. Oh man, this is just the worst. Oh, it's fine. It's fine. So, Landris,
Nope.
why didn't Velius fix things? Getting like
'Cause-
252 ping after the start.
You still have the the top guilds going after, you know, Kunark mobs. Same thing, you know. Even BDA was experiencing, you know, competition in VP. So.
Was there though? Because I thought you guys were just. I thought you guys were just rotating VP.
You can ask Chest, but probably why they went to Vinny.
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't honestly. I mean, I know what I've heard, which is basically that I'm scumbag and I can go to fuckery and basically if I would just pull my head out of my ass and do what they want, then everything would be fine. And
Right.
I could be super wrong, and I'm not singling out any one guild, but I think a lot of people want distance rating and or a rotation, and it's just not what we're doing. I mean, literally almost every other MMO in the world right now is distance rating, and so if that's really super important to what you want for your playstyle, if you do that, it's just not something we're going to offer. We're never going to have distance rating.
No.
I mean, it's not classic, but it's not ever classic. Like EQ is open world rating. That's what EQ is. And so when people try to go against that, even though Live has it now, it's not what we want to do.
Right.
I mean, if that's like the end all be all instance rating, if that's the end game for anybody, like they probably shouldn't play on this server because it's not going to be a good time for them. And that sucks. Like I don't ever want to tell somebody not to play here, but
I mean, you're being honest, so.
it is honest. I mean, if I wanted to play a game, I'll just use Elder Scrolls for example. If I wanted to play ESO, and they were like, look, we're not going to have a Thieves Guild or a Dark Brotherhood or a crime system. And I was like, I need these things. And they're like, we're just not going to do it. Then either I have to deal with it not being a thing, or I have to find a different game. Like, those are my choices. And if I just stick around but still continue to complain, that doesn't that's not doing anyone any good. It's not helping me.